That's good. There we go on live now. So yeah, if you are a very high level, please do join and carry. So yeah, if my friend is wanting to join and carry, believe me, I can. And just a lot of coins for like VIP because I need to get VIP. My boss said, please do.
Trust that is coming across your screens. The atmosphere here, it's febrile. We cannot wait to kick off round 20 of the Betfred Super League. In co-car tonight is John Wells, and the game caller is Mark Wilson. Cheers, Brian. 252nd home derby. They say the full book goes under the window of derby day. These two will hold themselves with the black and white, 5 straight leagues. But tonight it's all about defeating the old enemy.
Just
The Rockets.
message.
3 losses in 4 for the champions. Seems a long time since anyone could challenge one here in February. John Wells alongside me. What a night.
Well, absolutely. For the red letter day, certainly in this city. The open exchanges here, the boys teed it up perfectly inside. They are really important for both sides. Neither started well recently up there. Jump the water, start well, complete your sets, kick lock, and apply some pressure mark.
Emerson is thunderous here. Here's the big first collision, James Bell. Smashes into Soasso Su. Ready for some fireworks tonight. Here's Hichu back in the lineup after missing last week. For a ban for over 250 live games on Sky. There's lots more to come across the weekend as well.
So yeah, let's hope he does try and help me because of the new film.
Ruby Littler will kick downfield, connecting at the back line. Malloy, he will bring it back. But to the
This is a new dungeon quest. So yeah, it's the new one currently. Let's get VIP just to be able to level up a lot faster.
That's going to be a penalty. Big cheer goes round. Big protest from Davison. Hopkins and Rollers with Chris Kendall having none of it.
Yes, Davis has got that on it, and then there's a second player who's in there. Soasso Su was just done a little bit too much. So Chris Kendall really challenged.
We should actually roll in. Well, that is because my main teammate so I get through last dungeons, but they did.
He's on the arm of the ball. You understand what I mean? Because the referees are interpreting this differently. Probably looking at that, there is enough there. The hand is on the ball rather than on the player's arm. This may be a very early challenge to throw in, and one they're not going to come out the right side of.
Yeah, this is a risky one, isn't it? This is a very risky call. You're 90 seconds in to a must-win game against your big local rivals, and you've basically thrown your challenge in the back.
It's not early mistakes in the traditional sense of not points on his tackles, but it's not repeating himself, just a rash decision making. They weren't in a dangerous position, were they?
Yeah, as Arthur gets it away with the ball in, he steps off his right boot over halfway. They'll take good for one. They were shocking in the first 40 here last week against Lee, but they turned it around somewhat in the second half, not enough to get the win. Here there is Caesar. Caesar gets it away. Off the short pass, second in the contact there. By O'Neill. On the door here, early
see.
Caesar, it's in a way, Salavio. He's hit hard before it goes in from the Robins fans. Sexton is very early. He now is out the fight to go past him.
Oh, that one out.
He's in orbit. I think he's in I'm he's in quarantine this compound. I've also got Taylor Wall today. I'm going to get Farrells now. So that was good.
He starts a rare start for him, you know. He offers maybe a little bit more guile around that ruck area.
And that Super League record is 4 innings played on Robins, 28-24. Actually,
Not just
11 of the
where
21 clashes here.
wondering
We've got the ascendancy on that step as well. It's a tight opening. Few minutes here, and a kick again. Rod Dean is going to be collected on the front. Look at this. Oh, he's up to the races. Up and over halfway. This is a good start.
I love it. Get notified. I will be able to tell me the biggest thing.
Interesting. We're going to see that, I feel, for the rest of the evening. But look at the position that FC occupied.
It's still ever present for the black and white since his move from Wigan. Here is Cust again. Finds Arthur, gets it away to Caesar. Caesar's got
It's a sensational start.
Sensational.
But to look at the chart, seems to give the gap. It is the best possible start against the team that has been labouring. And all I see, well, they smell blood. They have come out the traps at 100 miles an hour. The Tigers look sharp in possession. Agencies are going out the line. Commits the ball back in front and then bats and crosses. It is the perfect start, a dream start.
Caesar draws a full back. Joe Batchelor does the rest. 15th appearance for the black and whites. And he marks it with a try. Buxton Delight right in front of the Rovers fans as well.
Interesting now to reflect on what John Wilkins said pre-game, talking about the whole PR look. But something that was acknowledged as being correct by Willie Peters this week. Early errors compounded them by penalties, giving away field position, not being able to kick long. This is where they find themselves, aren't they? You would expect he would tip this over.
Actually, right on the pass. It's good for 6 points to now. The first Batchelor and the black and white.
I'll tell you what I like about this. Jake Barrow into the line. Caesar, the running half. We've seen so little of that, haven't we? Coming to the Boyle, and boy, they celebrate, and why not? Absolute swinging of black and white supporters occupying 2/3 of this stadium. There is Andrew Thurkill. What's going to be happy with that one?
It will be this way. Oh, this could be
Let me know when you're in so I can just start it.
Briscoe catches the ball over the goal line. He's been celebrating this week. That's his PhD. He's now Dr. Tom Briscoe. So what a clever boy he is knowing the rules there.
Take good on him as well. Take an awful lot of commitment. We know he's looked after himself physically on the field. But take a look at this. This is what Wilco was talking about pre-game. Early errors, penalties, losing the temperature battle. I'll tell you what comes next. Losing the energy battle, as the boys pointed out pitch side. That's dangerous.
He's still again. We just saw Andrew Thurkill. There's Willie Peters. He looks pretty glum. There's a problem here. He actually did really well. I think he was injured when he got to play the ball. He had the presence of mind to hang on to it. Andrew Thurkill having to apologise. Sent a letter of apology to the fans. Well, the players and the fans have responded magnificently here so far tonight. A long way to go, we know that. But if you're going to start one, it gives you a chance. Here's Cust. Semi-off on Derby Day. What a season to go. Here's Moore. Sitting around thinking about the pass. Anything's about the run. The pockets are always just standing up at the moment. Here's Cust again. Salamio. He's tackled 5 out. Caesar It's down the left. That's where they're going now. He'll kick through the right, the lightning strike.
Hey.
2 tries in 3 minutes. Tries given up the field by Chris Kendall. What a start! They cannot believe it. On the field, on in the second.
Sarcastic cheer. Coming from the try showing for the season for David. He's really well maintained, and I'll tell you something else. Jack Broadbeck got himself all tied up in the face of the run. So, out of the news that with an accurate 12-meter kick, he was going to get a free uncontested run for his sector.
There's the boss. He's pretty pleased. Probably not got how he envisaged when he invested a lot of money to take this club on. But his team right now performing, led over. Well, I had you earlier in the campaign. Just a word there about Jay Carter. Because for the first try, all about Caesar. Caesar was out the back. Didn't count the danger was going to Caesar.
Well, what it's all about is that it's the dynamite games that you play. And Caesar with his first contribution really attacking the line. You know, Jake Harper is another one. He's really developed as the season's gone on.
Tough kick for Hardaker. Like 9 meters in, that's the angle he's got. He can stick this one over. They're in Dreamland. He sent it out wide. Has he curled it in? Yes!
That's the brilliant thing. It'll look like he's simply in Zach Hardaker. Take a look at David Litton's stride. You take a look at Jack Broadbeck, Yellow Boots. He's caught in and around the run. And that really gives an opportunity with a good kick for David Litton to draw for a second and early try for FC. And they celebrate, why not?
12 points to nil. They've conceded 2 penalties and 2 tries in the opening 10 minutes here. Willie Peters trying to get some desperate messages down the pitch side. He's here now with a little handoff. They get 5-6 more meters. Bachelor wrestling the play. Gets it away now. Here's Hardaker. Hardaker over his own 30. Swims its way across. Here's Bell. Here now is Caesar again. Boy to the right. Moves it to Litton. Litton taken off his feet by Niku. Second at the nose is Chris Kendall. Briscoe gets it away. Here's O'Neill. One of the new recruits having joined permanently from Leeds recently. Does well to get into Underwood. Arrows the kick back across the field. Robin had to watch him wobble as he got to him, and in the end he takes it well. But a lovely chance for Nice.
Yeah, let's have a look at the early stats, and it's not surprising to see a massive possession heavily in favour of the home side. 5 missed tackles for the Robins. Look at that, plenty of played balls, even early doors. We would expect the game to be played between the kind of red lines. Well, they've had plenty of early opportunity. All they are really got to work now to build themselves back into this game.
And now it's with Brad, one of the 3 Rob exchanges. That's a decent carry to the 40. A little bit more room here. And this time it's Borg who kicks towards the far side. It's going to bounce it and touch. Now that is a 40-20, is it not? Is that a 40-20 from Arthur Borg? It is.
He's hit that really well. A little boy is confused here. They need a fade because that struck him well inside the 40. One bounce, you feel he should have taken that on the full. He had an opportunity to take it on the full. So is that the momentum swing? It's
Man, that will fight fast like that trying to see if you can
Another ball coming forward here. Inside the 10-inch, easy pass. We'll get it. That's to take the tackle himself. Scheller jumps it up the middle. He'll get it away here to Bay. He moves it right now. The ball, short passage, right over the top. He's tackled. Right now, centre field. Here now is Mays lining up runners outside. Broadbeck short pass. James Bachelor went without it. They do not capitalise. And after Lord's 40-20. And it just keeps on getting worse for the Rockets.
showing that level of frustration. It's just bubbling below the surface for the Robins. It's going to continue to grow, and it's also going to fuel this dominant partisan crowd. Already a bit of climate there for James Batchelor. Each of the game, I suppose, isn't it?
I'll tell you what they did really well here to bring higher field early on. They had Danny Hatton on their legends grade and really did whip the black and white crowd off because he never let anybody down in the black and white.
What 10 minutes before kick-off as well. We've done a few of these, and there's been some real legends who've done that walk.
They did get everybody hyped up. This is a team
Exactly,
that
I'm not
got
planning
coming into this.
the bands
If you
to
this place was half empty tonight, it's not.
behind us.
It's ran full
Get up
again.
through. Not
Fans
that
keep
far.
turning up. The potential here, the sleeping giant. And he's still sleeping, but you wonder if it's going to wake up from his slumber soon. His boy. Real way through for him there, so they'll kick just short of the halfway line. Carter will send him high. He's got plenty of depth on it. Burgess, Broadman will catch. He heads on. But again, it's a perfect line of black and white in front of him.
Yeah, it's been a really composed opening 13, 14 minutes for Hull FC, and you can see the effect. Now, this is a champion side, don't forget. But they have been made to look very ordinary at the moment.
For a head off the ball there. I thought Sue was taken out off the ball, but Kendall says get on with it. Hitkin takes the carry up towards halfway. Lutton again will kick, but this time Barron has got back and kick that gap. And Barron is on the front foot immediately and just short of 40 out line. Takes the tag.
Yeah, some athlete, isn't he, Barron? I think he recognised the threat there from Jez Lytham and pulled back really quickly. Good take, good hits off the back of it as well.
It's Hardacre. We were talking to Sam Tompkins earlier on. He was saying how they had to get pressure on Lynn. They thought Lynn would be there way out with a boot. And they've got pressure to it. That's a nice look from Lynn. Lynn just couldn't get it away. Boy, in the half, he'll get it away to Caesar. Caesar drops it back on the ankle for Hill. Hill steps in the tackle, dumps it on the ground. It's picked up. That was an error. The offload was on, but he just didn't throw it to the right person.
Yeah, I think I'm not just in the reaction, you know. Elliot Minchella, immediate recognition. Look how quickly the captain gets on the ball. They've got a couple of opportunities now. The 40-20 they didn't do anything with. Turnover in possession, gifted to them. Good sniping run by Jez Lytham.
Better from Lynn. Broadbent finds May, gets it away. Now there's a little bit of shake and falls on the ground again. Just not happening.
Again, a hard-to-odd positional change was heavily spoken about. It just got pressure from the inside. I think it's great. Rather than an error by Arthur Rowe, it's just great pressure on the inside by the Hull FC defence.
It's the third time he's played in the house for the Robins, so it's not entirely new ground. It's a Wigan have won with him in the half, so he can do it. There's only half, I'll tell you. He needs the rest of his team to be playing well as well, and at the moment they're not quite at it. Here's Salabio again.
I have on the naughty list.
Caesar reaches and puts the kick up high. Can they get
It's a title, so don't understand why that. I have on the naughty. I mean, can't say about that, but I do have like that. The stuff that don't have in this game currently. I could do all these with head work, so I'm on the Dungeon Quest.
Another one missed out last week at Warrington. Back in the slide today. Noah Booth, who failed the head injury assessment last week. Oh, that was high. That was high. Ball was caught by Batchelor. And the opening try scorer now has gifted all kicks and rovers some easy beaters.
Yeah, it's a reaching arm across the top. No malice in that, but a penalty nonetheless. So, count them. 40-20, turnover in possession. Now a penalty conceded by Hull FC. 3 opportunities. You don't want to be giving Hull PR possession and territory for free. They have got plenty of attacking weapons in this side still.
Here's Whitbread. Brings it in. Another good opportunity. Lick wanted a quicker play on the ball than he got. Here now is Hagley. He gets it away. His side so he's turned away but doesn't fall in the tackle. Michella finds May. May into the line, gets it away. They jumped out. There's a chance here. It's intercepted. How did Barrett come up with that one?
I think that was a really aware piece of defending. He was on the turn as well. Was Harvey Barrett just plucked it out the air, one-handed. So again, 3 times invited in, 3 times plucked it out, failed to deliver.
I'm more
To that Olympics role because Barrett had jumped out of the line, hadn't he, momentarily. Here now is Cuss, gets it away, ball taken forward, that's a nice carry as well, that's Maxwell back on long from Warrington. Last tackle for Hull. Arthur again, sends it
Yes, you
high,
get all
Burgess
good.
retrieves under the 10, he'll collect it on the fall, brings it forward, that's a nice carry as well, it's almost up to the 20, plenty more. To kill rivals round reverse. What about that one? Wigan, St Helens. Oh, Paul Raleigh, of course, the breaking news today. Wakefield there, right in at the top. Castle with the big win over Leeds last week. They do it again Saturday. York against Huddersfield 255. We've got Leigh against Warrington, another big game in the playoff race. And then we're off to Francis Toulouse. In for Red Hot Toulouse. Take on Catlands. And we're around it all on Sunday as the leaders leads up to bounce back as they take on the Bulls. And of course, everybody the best podcast with Jenna and John. The King taken by Barron. LFC have it back in, well, 19 minutes in the league by 12 points to 0. Breathtaking start for them.
Yeah, I think the first kind of 10-12 minutes was almost perfect. They just conceded a couple of errors. This is the best position Hull kind of found themselves. A bit more pep about their last setting possession. You talk about completion rates, by the way. Home side, 86% from 7 completed. Andy Lash could have asked for much more.
Well, Andy Lash's first game in charge was at Castleford Tigers. Diego Sita. Then they went to score 50 and they led 20 points to 0 there. Not really got off to a start like it since, but they have tonight. High kick for Broughton. He'll collect, he'll bring it forward. He's tackled 25. Which feels like Hull have stolen that early mark. Because once it's got 12, there's been a little bit more balance. As you mentioned, the Robins have had chances not taken.
Yeah, absolutely. I think there'll be some really good messages coming down from the Hull FC coaching box saying, look, you've got to tidy yourselves up now. You've had an outstanding start. Don't fall.
Inside the 30-leg goal. Now it's lit. They're going to kick it behind here. Briscoe was slow to react. He needs to get back. He will get back. He falls on it. I think he grounded it anyway. But Lippers there just a little late short. And won't be dead. That was clever from Tyrone.
Yeah, smart, wasn't it? Just on a little drink, get a look up to see what was available on his outside. And he's got a committed kitchens in Nico and Tom Davis. But Briscoe, the old wily winger, enough presence of mind to get back. Make that ball safe.
Swap in favour of the black and whites.
That went quickly.
Yeah. What helps when you get 2 tries in the opening 7 minutes? This control there at Tom Morris to go all the way back to his 20-metre line. And he's not going to get back to halfway. A win again for the black and whites.
Robin's just going to take out the ball. It was a good return from Amon, and Robin makes some amends there with a decent carry.
Here now comes Tom Davis. Inside the 30, he goes. Set restart. So right for the Robins. They'll settle things down again here. They're going to start inside the 20. And LFC with some huge push inside to here. Ball down. Whitland gets it away to Broadbent. Back for Hiku. Hiku thunders into the line. Couple of meters out. Lip finds Bay. Drops it back for the ball. Tries to put the footwork on Hill, but Hill strong in the arms, sprinting down right in front of the post. Splitting is going left. They've got numbers here. Can he execute? They're really like it. They did go forward. Brilliant defensive for the LFC.
Great work by Harvey Barron. is that Artur Morgan, we know what a talented player is, but he's not playing in the halves week in, week out. He's applying pressure from the outside in. It's just a great read. Just take the time and space away from Artur Morgan.
I'm going to go to the toilet.
Willie Peters, well, he's straight on the floor, isn't he? I think that's a pretty direct message that's coming down. Artur Morgan under some severe pressure by Harvey Barron. The thing we're playing on the wing, on the edges, wing centre, you've got to be certain about the decision you make, and you've got to time it well, because if you don't, you end up looking really stupid. Barron's done really well there. And another shot in the arm defensively for Hull FC, because that was a dangerous position.
Oh, bringing it forward. Right, let's sit down and pick side for the first time this evening. So good evening, Kenneth.
Yeah, good evening, Mark. It's incredible atmosphere down here. Just speaking to Andy Larson, interim man in charge of Hull FC before the game. He said this is a great opportunity to put a smile back on supporters of the Black Whites. Obviously, it's been a dismal season for them in 2026. I also asked him what's changed between Magic and this week. He said he's seen some glimpses of great play in certain games, so he was expecting a big performance from the Black Whites. So far, it's getting one.
So here's a good run there from Permanent SA. They're going to kick in behind here. Broadbent's having to track across to the touchline. Picks it up on his own 10. Going to have to take it in, and that's what he goes up to the 20. It's another completed set for Hull FC.
Yeah, look, and again, I think Kate Cuss was a notable inclusion in the starting lineup. I think he's played plenty of his career in the halves, and that's what you get. Just again, that little bit more savvy from dummy half. The Midborough, look, he's a workhorse and he's a really good defensive player. I think Kate Cuss has an excellent decision for this game.
It's
Rare start on the bench for Andy Midborough. Just his second in his time here. Crashes over halfway. Need a few more like that. Littl's setting it high. Barron over on the far side. Set himself did well. I think he was anticipating something for the whole in there.
Burgess wasn't it? He was sure his opposite winger put him under some pressure. And now it's Ulkayar's turn just to get that line speed going a little bit and try and restrict Hull FC, because they have had them up the roost for the opening 25 minutes of this game.
To the 13-metre line. There is Burrow. It's away. He's handling on the floor. And the chance to come back for some more, but bloody movable object there. This one here for Hull. Again, Jay Carver thumps it off. Burgess back pedals to his own line. And look inside. Nothing doing there. He's going to have to take it himself. Once again, he wins a collision and gets up to the 20.
Interesting as well, I mean, we're on the field now, we're just talking about this. Kate Cuss not replaced, so he takes up a position in that middle third defensive line.
Just starting to make a few more metres here, Hull Kingston Rovers. Now they're going to get a penalty.
Well, it's been played at such a frenetic pace. This is the point now. First sub-rotations, a bit of fatigue in the play. And why not? I mean, why not? You can expect that. It has been played at such a high tempo. SA introduced from the bench, and they're going to expect an awful lot maybe the next 15-20 minutes.
There goes Whitbread. Tackle made. About 15 out from the line. Pressure just starting to mount here for the Robins.
He's got a plus 30 bio forged blade, which is
his brother and get on the score sheet racked up 10 out. Little fires it to Minchella, back for top of ball. He's starting so well. What a run from the ball! He went low, he's made a mess of that. Well, he could put it in the best in the world, but if you don't play the ball properly, it counts for nothing.
Well, I'll tell you what he's fired up, isn't he? And it's showing the way for the rest of that forward pack. His last two carries have been outstanding, steamroll players, but he's trying to play the ball too quickly. Even if there was a player interfering, don't forget they burnt that Cax's challenge very, very early on.
82 seconds in.
he's
Tom Lamar, he missed a couple recently, didn't he, with a head knock, but good to see him back.
Ice hockey issue, wasn't it? Yeah, just tells you how tough these one-day players are. That'll be me for the season.
It's Briscoe. to. So yes, that's a better carry if you could do that. Cus gets it away after those well
Oh, there he is.
Pressure from the charge.
Now a scoop from
Gas
Harley.
station.
Taking some easy meters. Oh, he's offloaded it. He's lost it. They're just getting a little bit loose, aren't they? They're not having the same impact now. They're normally getting to halfway and kicking. This time they get to halfway and lose it.
Yeah, look, completion rate's still high, but now failed to complete the last two sets. It just gets dislodged, doesn't it? Tries then to tap it back. Whitbread, but he's first on the case. Great position again for the Robins.
There's a couple of balls that have come loose, and the Robins have fallen on them both. Here's Minchella. Once again, they're back inside the 20. They need to start doing more than they have done. They race out around him, and he's taken to the ground. Now they're going to kick it across to the far side. Barrett, ooh, get a finger on that. Did anybody get a finger on that? They're all looking at each other. This is going to be the call that Chris Kendall says instant turnover.
Yeah, I'm furiously pointing at one another, aren't they? Tyrone May tries to sit Harvey Barron underneath. He gets up and commits. I think that's big.
Touch back.
Looking at first touch, I mean, yeah, that's what Barron's right arm. Well, let's see if got away with him there.
All hit. Tackle. All in.
He's the key for me, though. Chesler. Going to get out, running hard. If he didn't get anything quick, he's got to go. We know how devastating a runner he could be.
He's a change of angle from Harnaker. Falls to the ground. Play on. This is Chris Campbell. Here's Cust. Cust wrapped up.
Can you see particles? I hope you do know that.
Lead by 12. This is again. It's a see later.
Roslyn.
But the ejector seats are excellent.
Let's start. Okay, so
Again, he's going to kick deep. Again, Burgess.
I hope you can do this. I think you can.
Look at the chase. He's the first man in and he makes the tackle. Brilliant again from LFC.
Yeah, it's been really good, hasn't it? They've done that more often than they haven't. And it puts a growing pressure on LFC to find themselves back in a really familiar position. Davies working really hard. That's a decent carry and drop penalty as well. Right, Scott.
Frustration for the Black and Whites. They race into these 12 points in the lead. They've not really created anything and they tapped in and gone. Lynn explodes.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Jez Lynn last week against Warrington, just 21 metres. The average is 65. That's what we need to see more from Jez Lynn. That's what the Robins need to see.
So here now is Love. Gets it away to Hadley. Hadley tackled 12 out. Robins starting to see more of this end of the field now. Here's Lord. Lord's going to drive it into the line. He's going to go for the line. And he's going to be held up short of it.
he's gone.
Big test here. Here's Lynn. Fights it on for the line. He's going to gather in. The infamous celebrates. Top of the rolls over.
After this, you can
It
tell
was
it's
a
got
rip from Lynn that set things up. And it was a pass from Lynn that puts them all in. The Robins going to get it up down the air.
Why is being dead serious? Tom
in return, so then we'll be able to just kill it, man.
Two really belting carries. And then a try for starting back down.
Let's return to the lobby. And then we'll do the next one.
Take meters, and off the back of that, position is set up. Tom along with a big overcall and crashes over for a really important try. They have been under the pump. Let's see clearly the better side of the opening half hour. That is a really tight score, and boy, he's making a big deal out of it. And why not?
Tom on fond memories. He got the first try in the World Club Challenge. Arthur Moore looking to slot two. It wasn't his cleanest strike, but he went through the middle. That will do. 12 points to 6. Just what they needed, but it hadn't felt. The pressure was more and more down the end of the field.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Anel's done really well. Just shown some real grip. I mean, he's a big boy. He had to get that low and twist.
defensive
I'm not going to get rid of
side, just struggling to get out of their own half at the moment. They've not been down the other end too often with ball in hand, and that has swung from the early part of this match. Yes, and again, all of a sudden, Rovers are playing quick.
Yeah, the outside backs are doing a great job out there. Broadbent, Davis, now Kiku, all carries over the ad line.
Here he goes again. Gets him all away. Here's a chance down the block. Shot down from behind. But Michael White steps
always
Oh,
good.
they got the other player. Oh, good enough one. Wow, look at that player. Well, that'll be down.
Now that's where you use a challenge. What a scintillating break. This is the tackle off the back of it. Jake Arthur just about grabs hold of him. And his arms locked in around the ball. But it's a ball carrier's responsibility. But I reckon there would have been no to throw a challenge in there. As it stands,
I've heard you this one
and Joe Angela celebrates. The break
many
was
times.
Talk about Jez Layton. Kept so quiet last week. Well, that is exactly what his coach would have wanted from him. He's delivering. Top player, standing up. It doesn't end how they want. But there is a warning shot, if ever you wanted one, sent clear as day.
LFC started so well.
How is he
They've
doing
been
this?
kicked in their own half. Pretty much the last 20 minutes. More out about tomorrow on the night saying what the Roosters 9 a.m. Rabbitohs against Storm. And our older view on Saturday will be underway early hours, 3:40 a.m. for the Raiders in the Sharks. Continues throughout the weekend.
He's
Lots
over
of
again.
lots. NRL and NRLW and all the Super League games and plenty of them on SASA. Last one here. Arthur sends it high. They're not really getting any pressure on Burgess, but it's a good accurate kick. And the pressure comes from the chase, and the chase once again is good.
A lot level 50. Then it will be insane. Not it's dungeon. And after that, literally bit my legs.
Was passively, defensively, that, well, much better.
In and out goes Davis. Tackle number 30. Not scoring in 5 to go into the break. Last one for the Rockets. Legs outside the 40, advances forward, kicks high. Aaron is back, tight, collects it on the 10, brings it forward, good chase from the Robins. It's in the balance now.
This is purple.
His boy gets it away to Briscoe.
Well, just when it looked like that playing field was starting to level up for OKR, it signals undone with a little bit of footwork and a duck inside from Briscoe. And all of that pressure relieved. Imagine at the end of this set, should FC get that far, there will be an attacking option there for them.
Briscoe's been a man in form when it comes to Derby tries, 4 in his last 4. Not another one today, would he? Let's let him slip through. Nobody hits the ball. But that was a nice little break from him. Here goes Briscoe. Angling across the field. Is he going to put them back?
It's, you feel once they start grabbing across the field, they're looking for something, they're looking for an outlet. They just needed to take the tackle.
In a minute. Oh, no.
But just how quickly that momentum shifts, because boy, they could have enjoyed some time down there and another examination of that KR.
I think Andy Lass, despite that blistering start, remember 2 tries in 7 minutes from Baxter and Linton. At that point, all were rampant, but we have seen very little of an attacking threat from them since that early 10 minutes.
No, a lot of more so as well. I think they're inviting trouble, aren't they? There's errors now and penalties
So
starting to creep
about
into
to
their
get to
game.
the end of it.
Count the Roberts make the play. That's James Batchelor.
Just kill it easy.
Kids round his head.
Just kill it.
Iku swings it to May. He's going to poke the ball over the top. This could bounce. So it's collected by Albert's play on, and he's not going to get out. Well, they catch it on the ball. He's Actually, a clever little kick in there from there.
Yeah, you know, I think there's a bit of trickery there as well because he made a really big gesture to his outside backs. He killed out into Burgess that was going onto the Baron and then just dropped it into no man's land and it's beautifully weighted.
Yeah, like Conjuring.
They'll take every second available to them. They've got 2.5 minutes
You
to
know, you can just kill it.
withstand this
Okay,
football
these-
safe defence.
It's a great goal line restart. Davis backtracks, collects it inside his own half and lock it and go.
Let's go.
Gets up and over the third down. It's a really tough day.
He's already well over 100 metres. By my reckon, that's 130 metres.
And here they go again. Oh, can't find an upload, but they've got numbers to the left. If they go left, they jumped out of the onside. Oh, they are.
Crucial for Borough.
Going back to that left hand side. Short press with Brett.
God,
Taking the
this
fly out, set restart. Another save.
or play for the fuck.
Oh, gets it right this time. The Hunter City defense is now big. And the Robins explode. Ball has up there for them too.
How sharp is that last one? Smart at work from the half-back. Only his second of the season. Only his fourth appearance of the season. Beautiful.
One more time and then we give it to do insane. I think.
Just ducks into the space. Past the defenders. They all got a bit quick for them. Whitbread through the tackle. And that's just smart. Eyes up rugby.
You can still see
We're within 2 points.
no distance.
We need to go to half-time. And after a
Against
disaster
Chelsea.
start from the Robins' perspective, they have clawed and fought and scrapped their way back
Can
into this
see.
game.
I think I know which Tristan would rather be at half time because Hull Kingston Rovers are in the ascendancy right now. Maybe half time could be the wrong time for
Don't
them.
wait for me to get to
Leicester
them.
got work to do here.
I should.
They were awful first half last week. We couldn't second half. They need a big second half here. That is for sure.
Okay.
Willie Peters a little bit more relaxed. He's never lost in this stadium. In charge of Hull Kingston Rovers. And if this kick goes over,
Level.
we're going to be level at half time. Onto Morgan. Looking to level up. The 12.6. This American. That was never enough. LFC 12. Hull Kingston Rovers 12. And this one is right.
Yeah, you can start.
Yeah, half-time, 12 apiece. Last answer the first half is out to one. Over the top. Listen, we have been speaking in really high terms for Hull FC.
Oh yeah, today I got 2 of these things sent me, so it's pretty good. I think.
Robin Hood. Beating options on darts on Sky Sports.
Okay.
I think I was probably 8 or 9 when I picked my first basket of cherries.
But what are you doing right now to then ensure that next generation, and maybe a generation after that, is
So
gonna
we
be a
return to
Biodiversity is
Bobby.
very important. You know, you've got a 60 honeybee hive, which encourages all that wonderful wildlife. Without that pollination, we don't get these stunning cherries.
So you've got this wonderful wildlife environment. And the end result is the perfect cherry.
I don't think you can get any better.
Is M&S, are you going to be upset if I take one of you?
I think you're allowed to do that.
Not every moment is planned. Some just happen. A longer weekend. A last-minute detour. When intelligence meets efficiency, every journey feels effortless.
Okay, so return to lobby.
BYD Atto 2 DMI plug-in hybrid. Just drive.
We see you battling those painful cramps. Buscopan targets the cramps and stops breathing pain in 15 minutes. Buscopan, your belly pain
Those are
specialist.
opposed to insane.
Welcome
Okay,
to the Money
and
Supermarket
then
Training Academy.
Okay,
Oh,
buckle up.
fast.
Your crash course in saving car insurance. The good people of Britain are driving around when suddenly...
Oh, 1.1 pound mil.
A nasty car insurance quote. That's why it's our job to bring them our best deals. And
app and start saving today with Money Supermarket. The 10 tenders bucket for £7. Get the deal, leave the chocolate.
I'll allow you to guess that.
One of the classic tracks of the year at Spa Francorchamps.
Opening the start is a good one.
That's what Emma from main contact. Antonelli wins the Belgian Grand Prix.
Just relentless performances keep coming out of you, Nicky Bars. Oh, she's been absolutely
What's the quantity? It's no use for me.
Live on Sky Sports.
Leasing options starts on Sky Sports.
so well done.
We got some live cricket for you tonight if you fancy it. London Spirit up against Manchester Super Giants in the 100. That is live right now over on Sky Sports Cricket. But I think we should stay with us here at the Stars. In the last mini session, Gary Anderson actually won 3 of the last 5 legs against Dirk van Dijvenbode, but still work to do because that man there, the Dutchman, he leads 9-6. Gary Anderson trailing by 3 legs, but there are a few more opportunities coming his way. So let's get back to the action then. Back to Don and Rod.
Emma, we'll talk about a high-quality mini-session. Dirk van Dijvenbode averaged 105 in that quintet of legs, and only won 2 of them because Anderson was averaging 109 and change.
Assuming first round standard of play, and he's hoping to keep that going.
And that's the question. Can Anderson keep up that pace that he showed in the previous block legs? If he can, he's in business here despite being 3 behind. Is that fair to say? Gary Anderson could average 109, 110-ish for the remainder. Then that 3-leg lead might disappear very quickly. Especially if Dirk van Dijvenbode keeps missing doubles. He missed 8 in 1 leg, that was the 14th, which he lost. He missed a couple in the 10th leg, which he lost as well. Some expensive errors on the outer ring by Van Dijvenbode.
Well, there's no stranger to adversity in this match play this year.
He's got you.
He's had feelings here and there strewn
I
about.
think he was his later
Years over, but he doesn't do it right away. He manages to recover his poise and set things right. He's gotten away with it, all his mistakes so far.
160.
He's hoping to make a few enough that he can carry on and finish this
I'm not sure.
with the lead.
Well, this would be a spectacular finish. That is the exact antithesis of a spectacular visit. He's missed too many big numbers really. They've stood out like the proverbial sore thumb.
And a gruesome leave at 99.
Yes. 20 or 12 for Tobbs. Had to shift. No problem.
Not the leg and not doing
No
this.
problem at all. Great left Van Dijvenbode.
Because guesses.
Break it through.
Well, that has taken some of the air out of the Gary Anderson balloon. Deflating double top.
I feel sorry for you. I'm too busy taking through it.
Finals of 2020 Grand Prix. That was behind closed doors, you might remember. And 2022 in the World Series of Darts finals, he got beat by Gavin Price on both occasions. Gary Anderson is looking for his first big TV ranking title since this very week. 8 years ago. That was 2018.
6 items in movement. Find out with 11 knots.
Great cover darts. Would have been happy to leave the big fish, but it's down to an even tastier outcrop.
Champagne shots.
Yeah, so good. 5 items.
Nice glass
Like
champagne by the seaside. Number 19. Bam. So Gary Anderson with a little fish here, and he would fancy him to get at least a dart at the ball. He'd certainly fancy himself, I think, John.
Well, might not be the big fish, but it'd be a big thing for Gary to get it.
58.
There's no joy finding the triple 20 in the first 2 darts.
Ball 14. Good Van Dijvenbode, and there's Gary Anderson on toast here in Blackpool. 11-6. John Park, the John Park theory of darting relativity is met. Van Dijvenbode 5 away from the winning line. Anderson 5 away from Van Dijvenbode.
Yeah, so very important for Gary Anderson to hold his throw here.
Just going to move off VIP.
Yeah, you know, I think Dirk,
I can't see.
first 2 matches were brilliant. He doesn't want any part of that sort of thing. Yeah. He's throwing well,
140.
and he's focused on maintaining a gap here.
19 would have been the knockout
Like,
in a line.
first week of
But the important thing
it
is he's
being
dominating leg 18, and if he converts that dominance into a leg win, the gap will become half a dozen legs.
Well, I guess it's never a good thing to have half the legs of your opponent. When you have 6 legs, that's pretty bad. And that's what could be happening here to Gary Anderson.
Well, in fact, you probably say it should be from 51. And Anderson has not left a finish, Mark Hugh. Double 16.
Yeah, Gary seems to have lost focus in more ways than one here. Needs to collect
Yeah, you
himself.
can't play Dungeon Quest, do you? Because you need to like do a whole thing through the Discord server, and then you've got to wait for like 2 days, 2 to 3 days.
It's there somewhere, but
I'm
now
able
it's double
to
8.
get the link.
And what, that southwest area of the board is starting to be very pesky.
There you go. I've invited you to the server. Now you've got in. You've got to do your whitelist thing, whitelist request.
Double top. Double 10.
Yeah, it's kind of. It is good. Okay.
He keeps missing.
All right. See you.
Breaks throw, and now it's 6 plays it doesn't.
That leg, it felt like he had as many darts for double as he did scoring.
It's to say what your Discord name is and also what you use your IDs for each Discord. It's nothing like personal. And then you just got to put Roblox down and then who invited you. It's like nothing.
No, if you were told that's what your percentage would be before the match, you'd probably believe you were going to lose.
It's nothing really.
But he's now had John more than twice as many darts and doubles as opponent.
I can't do it because I've already done it for this account that I'm on currently. Which can be annoying to you, but it isn't annoying to me.
But it's very close now. And 132. The second quarterfinal will determine his opponent if he gets there.
One novel and then I should
against Josh Rocky Rock.
be
They've had some great games.
in the
Here last year, one of the UK Open, each and every time.
next dungeon, so probably like Nightmare. So after this,
So can he put it up to the world champion again tonight in the Gardens?
I think the mage.
Downward here is running right jump up.
Well, what's he going to leave here, right? Tops.
He's abandoned ship.
Alright.
He's gone up the north end of the board, double 10. It's there, matched by the first card, but it was there. You could see that, and we can hear it. Thank you. 13-6 Van Dijvenbode.
That's five legs on the trot for Derek.
A chance you leave me on Nightmare Hardcore.
Mentioned steamrolling earlier. It's a Dutch steamroller.
Yeah. Well, 8-6 after 14
If
lengths,
you
John, as
have
you alluded
anything
to.
that's not
Alison Friendly is not
no
one
good
at
to
the
you,
break,
please
but
give
Van
before
Dijvenbode
you
won
go.
the 15th to go 3 clear, and as you just
Not,
suggested, he's
not
won the last
many
4 here at the
things in this
start.
dungeon, but everything from
Let's go.
almost things from your other dungeon,
With an
which
11
is no
leg
good to you.
answer Gary Anderson's
I'm a
11
warrior
leg,
as
so
well.
it was a good, really good place for him to stand up and make a point.
Well, for Gary Anderson, it looks as though the long wait for another big TV ranking major is going to go on. 139. Long time in between drinks for the Flying Scotsman. Time was when he was a big collector of superb vintage block whiskey. 17 keeps it alive. Double 18 to go 14-6. DVD. Leads by a whopping 8-leg margin. And Gary Anderson is close to capsizing on the Palm Coast. He needs to produce something of a match play miracle, Gary Anderson. He's in behind the Van Dijvenbode, only needs 2 more legs. Nothing really to laugh about. All the former champ, Dirk Van Dijvenbode, on the brink of the up. The match play champion is in the place as he continues his bid for a back-to-back crown against this man, the man who almost beat him in last year's 7.
So, two
A
blokes.
3-year deal, 9 months into his tenure. He was relieved of his duties this morning at 11 a.m. and the announcement made by Saints. We'll discuss that with John Wilkin and Sam Hopkins in great detail ahead of kickoff. Well, we're about to kick off the second half of the MKM Stadium. Brilliant atmosphere, great crowd on the home side. Through Joe Bachelor and Davy Litton went into a 12-0 lead before the reigning champions, who were struggling in that first half, hit back with Tom Moore and Arthur Moore tried to line up tied up at 12 points apiece at half-time. Do you know what was said in the dressing rooms at half-time?
Yeah, really, Peter's obviously really disappointed with the start. He referenced to you guys at the start was the most important thing, so really frustrated with that, but said he was happy with the fight that they showed. I didn't actually get to catch Andy last, but I heard something that Sam Tompkins said at the break, and that was he would have started off a very happy coach that ended being a very frustrated coach, but it's 12 all at the break. What is going to happen in this second half? Over to Marcus.
Yeah, well, Kenna making the comments at half-time. John Wells, are you concerned for FC at half-time?
Well, I think the next 5 to 7 minutes is going to tell us an awful lot. I could take the stand on what Andy last may have said. The overarching message is you to compose yourselves. I think they're outstanding.
Not just
and then just the chat of overplaying, over-aroused, overstimulated. Maybe if they compose themselves and they get back to that high completion rate, putting Hulk out under pressure. This team under this coach at the moment have got errors in them, but we are waiting. There is a delay here, which whilst Will Peters is back in his position, the Hulk out players are still to emerge from their dressing room.
Yeah, interesting one here. The black and white.
I've shut up.
Ready to go. Tom Briscoe, congratulations again to him on his tremendous achievement this week. Here come the visitors. Maybe they just wanted an extra lap when they came out.
I think the captain may have been giving them a final message. They finished the half reasonably well. The one thing I will point out, Hulk have not wowed anybody in scoring those tries, have they? They scored through a metre out and scored from 2 metres out. And you could argue that was down to some ball effects. The damage was done further upfield. They've been split a couple of times with LFC, and that's what's given Hulk the position and that ability to strike. This is going to be a fascinating 10 minutes.
I think that looks quite relaxed. The side were much better second half than first last week. Can they deliver the same today? Are the Robins going to continue their Derby Day hoodoo over the Black and Whites? 8 successive Derby wins for the Robins It's all in the balance at half-time. Second half here at the MK Stadium. It's Arthur Morgan trying 2 goals. Gets us up the way. Briscoe collects it. And here goes SASA. Takes the first carry.
Okay. And they started with 2 level 50s. You kidding me? We started with a level. I'm a lower level in there. And they have more health. Is he your mage? If he's a better a lot more than what he does. Because I'm not doing this when I do more damage than him. I'm not
I
kidding.
don't think that's a slight on Joe Burgess, is it? But what it is a recognition of just how effective Tom Davies is in getting meters for his side. He's first set tie, first set all FC.
Don't let me go first. Matt, you
A couple of really big carries in it, and a set restart again. So it's all going the way of the Red and Whites at the moment. Here's Hanley. Now with the ball. Kenny's over the advantage line.
That's a great carry. It's just into that soft spot behind the run, angled run.
Play finds Hiku. They've rolled downfield on the back of that. 6 again. What have they got left?
Setting up left for a shot here.
Thanks, May. Short pass here. The ball gets it away. Burgess is
just get out of it.
Well, it's a rare time is that because you are looking at one of Super League's best finishes. It was really well set up.
Nice.
Positional changes as well, certainly in terms of attacking setup. How long has allowed Arthur Morgan to sit in that fullback position? You look at the reaction for the bench, and there's your man who's been responsible for so much of the attacking stuff that Hull KR have done. Not able to affect, is he? Mikey Lewis, when you take a look at this, by the way, that's the 88 tries that Hull KR have scored. Lewis has been directly involved, try assist on key moment, leading up to it. That is what they're working without.
smiling at the ball, but he's himself, he's not out there. Here's Arthur, finds a nice pass to Caesar, drops it back on the angle for O'Neill, tries to wrestle off May. Can't get rid of Hiku though.
Okay, now going off to for some reason. You dead.
I'll tell you what, the first man in on him is like Mission Impossible. So restart. Penalty. Well, this is 35 right in front of the post. Lord went in high.
You take the two. You take the points. He's got a good print with him as well. Of Lennon Clark. He's a fairly early call. You've got to take points. They run off, and Hanek has just signalled to the referee that's what he intends to do. You're taking the sting here out of what was a bright start from Hull KR. Very nearly got themselves in the corner. 90 seconds later, Hull FC get the opportunity to take the lead again.
Like a 2 from 2. This won't be a problem. This is all about direction, as it sees. Fully adjacent to the box. Saw a couple of spirited wins earlier in the year here for Hull, and they beat Leeds and they beat Catalans, and that was onto the back again, off to a good start, just being able to hang in and dig in. In the end, that's all of both Leeds and Catalans who came back late, but because they were in it throughout, just allowing them to take penalty shots like this. This for 2 points in front, just to stem the flow of pressure. The crowd will tell us. They like it. Harley likes it. Well, let's see, back in front.
Such a valuable time when he's at that 16th season now in Super League. He's played for many clubs, and I think he's representing Hull FC with distinction. Utility player, great from the team. You need players like that, because he's got older, I think he's adopted The elder statesman role, cool head, calm. That's a really vital 2 points for the FC.
Ball will kick off. All collected. Here goes SASA again. He's not quite regathered that blistering form he was in last year before that horrendous injury. He is on the way back and he's shot tonight. It's tough to deal with. Here's a bit of play from deep. Here's Barron, but tackled on his own 20. But would have been mentioned from the black and white instead of scoop from Hardacre. What's got him?
Yes.
Again, refuses to
Feels
ball
so
the
big.
swings across now to Clark. It's annoying to Caesar. Here's Lynn slicing up towards halfway. Dragged down. Better though from Hall. A little bit more creativity. Does that set restart? Or was he just being told to get to his feet? He was just being told to get to his feet. Nice one. And here now is another high kick. This might be competed for. It's not quite got the depth on it. Burgess got him high. Caesar's got hold of him. That's another good kick chase there from the black and white.
Well, the start of the second half was the start of the first, just completing, withstanding what the Robins are throwing at them. And then this is all about stifling meters. It's all about closing OKR down.
Read the clock before half-time. The half-time might be coming out at the wrong time for the Robins. They were well on top, weren't they, at that point? But that chance in the second half as well, though. Now they're inside Hull territory again. There is Hiku. Oh, knocks it away now. Show and go, they were trying to offload there.
They've definitely made an adjustment. Lawton's now playing in that half role. Morg has effectively gone back to fullback, really.
Roberts after this. He's got it! Roberts got it!
Oh, watch out, right?
He picks up
He's
on the
onside.
What a run from Roberts! What a catch! And he's already scored! The Robins back in front again!
Almost like shot just against the other.
There's a really committed kick chase. It was a steepling ball. And he has just gone up and committed himself 100% to that catch. It's brilliant work. You look at where he's coming from. Left hand side of his screen, yellow boots. The chase is onside, and he never takes his eye off that ball. Gets nearly lead, but gets over Boyd. Fights off the attention to Barrett. And then it's a crucial score for the Robins. Went behind to the penalty. Put themselves in a brilliant position. That's such a good take. And this took some doing as well. Just that control.
Is there a wobble? Has that been confirmed yet? Just look at when that side angle we showed there. It's been confirmed. So there might have been a wobble in there. Great catch.
Just a genuine contest in the air. Harvey Barron, by the way, who tried his best to stop Broadman from grabbing the ball, is receiving some treatment, a lower leg issue. That would involve a bit of jiggling around it. He couldn't continue, you know. He's regained his feet, but he doesn't look brilliant, does he?
No, it isn't. He looks like he could be leaving the field here. They're trying to give him as long as they can. Only played 12 of 21 this year for the Black and Whites. This looks like the ball for Andy Lass, who now does look concerned. Or about to deliver the kick. Well, the lead was a short loop on, wasn't it? For Hull. And Morg, he slides over another two. He's 3 from 3 on the trial tonight. And it's a Robin to lead by 4.
It's a terrific catch. Look at where it comes from, right hand side of the screen. Just pops back down, gets on the inside of Chesley, and then chases, as we've seen Tyrone May do so often off a Mikey Lewis kick. It's just so well timed. The jump, the take, and then this battle which ended up with the injury to Harvey Barron. Well, another twist in the tail. Barron is soldiering on now. He doesn't look 100%. But they'd be very reluctant to replace him because there's no obvious alternative.
Well, it's not at all, is there? do some real reshuffling. Sadly, a little bit of a silence in the home sections here. I've seen this movie before too many times in this match. Now he's playing. Barron had dropped back. They were going to run it that way. And he tackled on the fifth, just over halfway.
Well, that's trying for Robin. And here he goes again, Chase Miller. It's the first time they've been in this now.
Well, Burgess is catches it, but Battle like it went forward. It's bounced upon that hole.
See.
Rather grateful in the end there. There's Barron. Looks okay now. Feels like a different dynamic, even though it's only the first set after the Robins have gone in front. And they are in front. It's all around the floor. And they get lucky. And who's got that on? Wow. They have good fortune at their LFC.
There was a difference between shifting to get out of trouble and then shifting just to get away from defensive players. They had nobody there on this page. And it ended up being a desperate offload from Ethan O'Neill to nobody. Hiku, well, he's locked on. He'd be disappointed that he couldn't take possession there. So O'Neill, well, he gets a reprieve for his mistake. Living on the edge of LFC, they have to not beat him.
Yeah, it certainly feels like there's been a little bit more emphasis on moving the ball around in this second. Here is Hardacre.
It's that balance, though, isn't it? It's so hard to find that balance between overplaying, just that composure I was talking about. The last would have been saying to the players, just complete the sets for the next 10 minutes.
Now, in the middle, taken in by Leonard Clark.
He's impressed me, you know, the limited time that we've seen him this season, I think he stood up really well.
First try last week against the Leopards. Last try towards halfway from Boy. There's Esley, gets it away now. Now straight out the back here. Caesar just couldn't get through the line. He's still on his feet though. Runs round and back in the end. Anders tackled it.
Well, that's the one again with Caesar running. He's such a threat.
Here is Arthur under pressure. He's going to have to put a kick. Just dribbles it through. Everybody's offside. It's well picked up by Broadbent. That will be the turnover 20 out.
That's really well picked up by Broadbent. Look, he could have shot that with his foot, but that would cost him 10 metres, and he signed 10 metres. Really confident take.
Ball gets it away. Kildare, nowhere to go. Well, we will want to make sure they're the next single here, because if the Robins score next, then the pressure really does crank up on them like the Whites. Nice short side play, they're over halfway already. Someone clears coming to the action for the Robins. High kick, boy underneath him. Davis after it, he gets him in the air. No, he didn't. Great chase, fantastic for Davis.
Taylor's clutch prospect, he blows the ball down. The whole thing out. They set an opportunity here. You watch the line speed. Well, Messi playing the ball. Referee's called time off. Watch these Robins get off this line here. They are jammed up, they are concertinaed, and they're going to try and inflict a bit of pain on LFC now.
The ball's come out, and it's a knock-on. Celebrations are losing ground. The Derby's just getting a little bit intense now, and it's the Robins on the right end of it.
But just under pressure. A great piece of work by Davis. Set the tone, and then they're getting one pass with Bolsonaro from Davy Litton. And again, it's an attempted offload. I know you're in trouble, you've just got to take the tackle. We've seen 4 and 5 of those now this evening. It's been incredibly frustrating for the home fans. And they're going to spend the full set here having to defend their own line in front of a huge swathe of red and white fans.
This a huge moment in this match. The Robins going again. They lead by 2 scores, and here they come to that left-hand side. Ball out the back. Oh, Granton. Tyrone May will step in. Lip. It is Luckley. Fires in. He's used predominantly as a sub, plays the ball. Here now, Minchella gets it away to Hanley. Straight sinks up for the black and white set. Restart again for the Robins. Here's Liverpool. Lovely. Oh, let's see her on the ropes here. They're clinging on for dear life. Here goes May. Thought about the big pass over the top. He might still go for it. Still thinking about it. But the end is going to have to take the tackle. He's going around in circles there. Now, Minchella, neither the Derby they try here with the science, the black and white half of this city. Lip gets it away to May. Here now is a chance for Ben out wide. He tries to spin away, but Lip is blood out of his head, pouring down his face here. Here now goes. Last one up, to be fair, with a good job here. 1-1 to survive, back-to-back sets. Here's Lovely, back up to the ground.
Let's see, we're on the run, and that's an injected great deal of confidence into the home side. But they've got to set it out again first, and they're going to run
The toughest carries. Nathan always puts his hands up. He just seems to relish this kind of challenge. It's a confirmation of Hill back into the action. As the Essler. There's just no one forward at the moment. Gathered. Jumped to the turf. Good. Now, the third team will play now. Oh, they're throwing it back. That should be play on, shouldn't it? Yeah, he's giving it play against it.
Well, it's a simple line, isn't it? As I meant, but knows exactly what it's doing. There was a time, a natural draw, penalty call, let's see. Not so now.
Holland at 9:30 Northern Jones Central.
I think they're going to challenge him, John.
It's just
Well, this is going to be an issue from this far because look, we've seen the change in interpretation of this rule. I think Andy knows exactly what he's doing. He sees Luffy on the ground and he passes straight into him. If you're going to take Andy Burrows,
that's how you see it. Look at that.
Luffy's never cleared that look.
Well, Luffy stays on the ground, but he stood up and almost made himself bigger. And that might be part of the. That's the only thing where you can clear. Well, I think tonight, I'm going to say now, this is going to be an unsuccessful challenge. Let's see what they think of it now. They like it. That's a total challenge, in my opinion.
With the rule, definitely changed to rule this out of our game. My first reaction was that he played for something there, and Chris Kendall was wise to it.
Chris Kendall just said to end the season he did it on purpose, and now they're going to have a proper goal here. 30 out. But we know why it turns a 4-6. It just feels like they are in the ascendancy, but Burrow's infringement. He's be disappointed, he'll be frustrated. It just felt like he was taking a bit of a shortcut.
Yeah, well, it's a double error really because the conceded a penalty, like the 2 points that we were about to award, and burnt their challenge as well. That's a ball. He's looked good on
He has been perfect so far. It's a 6-point advantage. The biggest of the night so far for the Robins, and it all comes about the fact
looking
that
to the Barracks Heaven Turkey to Bells
There was a ball recipient available for Borough, but you could see just the mechanics of that were all about trying to draw a penalty from Chris Kendall. Well, they did, but not in his favour.
And it's almost like when the referee's given the penalty, how is the video referee going to overturn that? I think it was a wasteful challenge.
Harvey Hill's got too late here.
Well, we said they'd set him on to fire things
I'm
up.
not going to throw a punch. Look about it.
Taking a while.
Oh, do it back to that.
He's not going to take a backward step. Lovely's there trying to sort him out.
I got 10 minutes for
Back
this.
for a little bit more. Now there was a bit of a slap in the face there. This is all getting a bit unnecessary.
Well, if he needed any more spice, then he really didn't. It's just been added another layer. And Harvey Hill, 100% the instigator. He went in late and hard into this tackle again. It's another robust carry from the look at that. It's the
You're down,
and there's a shoulder arm in there as well. Tyrone May takes offence. Bachelor comes in to protect his man. And then we light the touch paper and stand well back.
Right, we'll just tell him up. Tell you guys to calm down.
Just gone into a big huddle here.
Okay,
The
what-
interesting thing is, Davis just got to play the ball. He was not buzzed by this.
Yeah, well, and Davis just quietly, by the way, he's approaching 200 carry meters, and every one of them has been hard fought. This is right at the end of this. There's a further tete-a-tete between Harvey Hill and Tyrone May. You know, this is all handbags. There's a bit here where Harvey Hill wants to continue, and Tyrone May's having none of it.
I think May's going to be in trouble for that.
Well, it all looked like it was quieting down, didn't it?
Like it, 2 hours.
They are looking at this upstairs. And it does strike him in the face. I'm not saying there's any great destruction, but
I
he
have
just
to get
can't
2
go
hours.
around
I can't get
the
Red
edge
Bull
of
an
the
hour.
place.
And then you might win that.
It's not like there's any stage in this game where all bets are on. When players come together like that now, it's rare. We like to see it looks good, doesn't it? But you very rarely see someone step over the line. This will be interesting to listen to, though.
I just tell him to calm down. Because
Be a couple of guys.
and then tell him to calm down.
We'll ask you a question. Do you want to play something? That's the first one of that.
Well, let's talk about elimination. But what about the rest of them?
So Harvey Hill penalised. Tyrone May gets away with a slap. And we all crack on. Good luck with the next carry. Who's taking the
That's it. Next one, check ball.
That's what the penalty was for. This carry will be interesting.
Sniku takes it.
Okay. In a way, it's the closest player. There's some players now who are right at the edge.
Lovely made a good impact to deep lane on.
Oh, no, that's very good.
Gets away the ball. He's inside
He'll be able to talk to me.
taking out by Jake Arthur.
Hopefully.
Good to see walk back after an injury ravage. It all
Yeah,
started
so
going wrong from
hopefully
here in
he'll
the
be able
local
to talk to me
challenge against the
tomorrow.
Broncos, of course. Plotting.
I hope you get that one tomorrow.
Moves it away.
But
Now, it's it away to Gilda. Nice tackle for the Robins here. They're bringing numbers down the short side. Broadbent's coming out with a kick again. Benny's after the kick. Boy gets up high. Takes it well.
Yeah, really confident take from Logan. He's recovered a little bit, hasn't he? I think he's really taking charge of that one.
And they're still right in the contest of black and whites. Here he goes. Briscoe.
And
Here's Hill. Hill goes forward again. To get to his full he was hoping for. Arthur sets it long. Broadbent back at fullback, collects it a metre off his own line. He'll head forward again. Another good chase
Yeah.
from the black and whites.
Yeah, they've been consistently good with that, haven't they? Now his pedals leaving the line, really trying to put a bit of pressure on. He's outside the mountain. Okay, so reliable though.
Does the goblin come here?
Scoot here from
What a goblin man.
Let's tackle the fire across the Tyrone May. He's going to step up a high one. Heads infield, catches it. He's been by with all of red. Again, he's seven in the tackle, but he's on.
Workbench try, 48 minutes for now. 11 minutes off of that, all critical single. They could just get that to the right area of the field. I think they'd look really dangerous when Steve has got his hands on the ball, particularly.
The short pass. This one. Go short side to
This is where the weak composure, this is where the lack of composure previously.
So restarts. Another 6-4-5 line to Lick taken now by Mahay. Who is going to keep their cool? In the heat of Derby Day, Hill taking them. Caesar from that man gets it away now.
Whoa! What captain? Captain. What?
He's still got the pace. Look, the boy looked for a second like he was closing him down. But the ball and the defense.
Okay, so that's Jones, the daughter of Joe, trying to do the winner there.
And it started with Hollandsey. We well and truly in the driving seat.
So me.
They've opened lane their hand. Arthur with a good out ball. Burgess gets in the passing lane. He sets up downfield. Look at Logan Boyd. Rounding it up, or so he thought. It's a great bend. It's really well timed for Burgess. And he scores and celebrates in front of his home fans. It's that pass from Arthur. He was too ambitious. He was trying to find Harvey Barron. And you look at that Burgess in
I think people are so fresh.
Realising there's nobody else, hung out to his own supporters, and could that be the crucial try in this derby? We take a look at the sides here. There's been a bit of gossip in the last couple of weeks about these two off the field. Well, I think they've answered it in a playful manner.
Certainly have. What a great try if you're in white. It's a hard stopper if you're black and white. It's a forward now. Looking to keep his club and Bronco. Looking to float over another two. He's on the money again. The lead is up to 12.
And it's a potential 12-point swing as well.
Right, so yeah, see you guys, so like button, subscribe button, and don't share, and a big piece of it. Bye guys.
He showed a great burst of pace to put himself in the clear, and you look at the celebrations on the bench as well.